At Frontrunners, we're always thinking about what it means to create a safe space and an affirming space for runners, not just in theory, but in practice. That means making sure our members are seen and feel protected, whether it's their first fun run or their 100th race. What does it mean to you to have a safe space to participate in running? And what's one moment in your running journey or exposure to this community that felt especially affirming to you as a queer person?
New York, to me, coming from Florida, I moved up from Florida about 1.5 years ago. And while there are some very safe spaces in Florida, there's some very unsafe spaces in Florida. So New York in general feels like a safe space to me. And I feel that when I go running along the river, through Central Park, it just lets me feel like I don't have to look behind my shoulder. I mean, when I interviewed here for HSS 2 years ago, I did a 15-minute walk in about 2 hours because I stopped, checked everything out, felt safe, just really felt to be part of it. That means the world to me.
Amazing.
I guess being in New York City is special because you can do literally anything you want. You can reach your dreams in many different ways. So a lot of people always tell me, how do you balance, nightlife with running pre-professionally? And it's just a matter of, in the city, you can do that. You are able to do that. It's hard, and it's definitely not for everybody. But I think just being in a space that allows you to do that opens people's minds to, oh, this person does this and this. I didn't think you could do that. And if you surround yourself with people that have goals similar to yours, that just creates a safe space, not only between each other, but for yourself. So for example, I learned a lot about family by moving here because my family is chosen. So a drag mom, a drag dad, kind of. And so these are my people, and I could have only found that here in nightlife, with running, etc. So yeah.
I don't really run a lot anymore. Don't get mad at me. I did a long time ago. I play a lot of softball now, a lot of queer softball, but the first group activity I got involved with was with the Frontrunners in DC. It was my first experience with a queer sport organization. And it was, I'm just thinking of this now. It was so wonderful. I think what was really great about it was that somebody just came up to me and started talking to me, and I was like, "Are you sure you're talking to me?" It was just so beautiful and so accepting. It was just really, really nice. So it was a great start. It was a great start to, a number of years of participating. So it was really nice.
You have excelled from D1 track to queer nightlife to the podium at the New York City Marathon. You've made space for yourself and for others throughout all of that. How has running shaped your identity as a queer and trans person, and how has your identity shaped the way you run?
Ooh, I'd say my biggest thing is that if you love something with your whole heart, you have to find something else that you love just as much. And then both of those things will help you pursue each other and then also work on yourself. So for example, I've always been an artist at heart. I've never been too much of a stage person, but I used to post pictures of myself in makeup, and then when I got here, the nightlife community was like, we're getting you on stage ASAP. So that's how that developed, but in turn, it feels like, okay, if I got on that stage, I can get on the start line just fine. Or if I toe the line, I'm like, if I can do this, then I can get on stage later tonight. So it's very it has shaped me a lot, and I'm a lot more confident in what I do, period, the way I speak, the way I conduct myself. So for example, again, not only did I have crazy stage fright, but if you would put me in a conversation with one person, the social anxiety would take over and I wouldn't be able to do that. So now that I'm not forced to, but that my job allows me to be on stage, and now that I am lining up with bigger races and bigger race expectations, now that I have, say, Olympic dreams in running, that puts a lot of pressure on me. But because of the other things I love, I'm able to accept those pressures, take them in, acknowledge that I'm nervous, and just move on with it.
What I want you to understand first and foremost is that this is not the first time that we've been through something like this. It won't be the last, and it makes us better for it. A long time ago, long before you were born, when I was doing everything in secret, coming out was not an option. It would have been career suicide. Now I'm out at HSS. I gave a lecture to our women's ERG. Sorry, Michael, I'm also in WISE. And they wanted I gave them my full story. I didn't hold back. I told everything. I couldn't have done that 20 years ago. I legitimately could have possibly lost my job. So we've really come this far. And I also want you to understand as well, this is very much a scapegoat of a very small part of the population simply because an enemy has to exist. When people have no true leadership, when people have no true policy, when they don't have a real reason to lead other than a desire for power, they have to come up with a demon, they have to come up with an enemy, ideally one that's a very small part of the population, maybe one that many people have never met or wouldn't normally encounter. I mean, there's large parts of the country where you won't have a room full of us. And those people vote too. So unfortunately, we happen to be that scapegoat right now. That may change in the future most likely will change in the future as acceptance increases. But right now, we are the demons of the moment. We will get through this. We've been through worse, and we will get through this.
We're going to end it on a positive note. Just simply, we'll start down here. What does queer joy look like to you?
Softball.
Easy enough.
500,000 people at Pride.
T for T love, being in love with someone trans also, and that shared experience.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't think of the answer. But it is truly getting to be in the position that I'm in, being trusted to lead. It's not lost on me, and I keep saying it, but it's a big deal that FrontRunners New York is the world's largest LGBTQ plus running club. It's not lost on me that people trusted me to be in this position, and it's also not lost on me that even in the past 6 months, I've made so many new friends and relationships with people that are in FrontRunners and adjacent to FrontRunners who I've also earned their trust. And I think that's what it looks like to me. Yeah, that's it.